Hello, Facebook, Internet people. This is Robert with Dirty Sprocket, and this is another episode of Sprocket Docket, number 12, Sprocket Docket. And once again, Derek is not here, so you're stuck with me. Hi. Yeah, Derek ditched us for the second time in a row. Right now, he's watching Captain America: Civil War. Doesn't that suck?
Yeah, what a punk.
I know.
So apparently he has to go see that with his sister.
Yeah, so we're here by ourselves. Me, Robert, hi. Jake, say hi.
Yo.
Matt's here with us. Matt, say hi.
Hello.
Now, I told Derek we was going to give him a rest of shit, and I think we ought to, because we're working, right? For very little money, I might add, and he's watching.
Wait, you're getting paid?
Yeah, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid $0, but I'm getting that zero an awful lot of times. So
yeah. Well, as long as you're sharing that zero with the rest of us, that's the most important part.
I'll share, and the back end and the profit sharing, I'll also pass you guys' way. But anyway, so yeah, apparently Derek's sister hasn't been out of the house since she had her baby. When did she have her baby? When did she download?
I think download. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I think he said it was 12 weeks ago.
12 weeks. So. She ain't been out of the house for 12 weeks. So I guess this is kind of a thing that they do. They go watch.
Every time she has a kid, they go watch a Marvel movie.
They watch like all the Marvel movies together. They go to like midnight screenings and stuff. So
yeah. So this is kind of I guess Mother's Day Sunday. So this is kind of an early Mother's Day. Get sister out of the house after having her first kid. By the way, Jake made it sound like she does this a lot. This is her first go round.
Oh, okay.
So congratulations to her and her new baby. And Jake's a jerk. So that being said,
I do have to say Sarah is a very lovely person, and it was just a joke. I was making fun of what Robert said, not making fun of Sarah.
Oh, you're making fun of me and not her.
I like how you pivoted there.
That was a good. That was good. Okay.
Always got to cover your ass.
So yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Being that I'm not as good a leader as Derek, I'm not nearly as well prepared for these things as he is. So I think just this time out, we're going to talk about what we've been up to lately. Some projects that are coming into fruition. A few things that we worked on last weekend, and they're just gonna come out next week. And then just kind of shoot the shit a little bit, and it'll probably be a shorter episode, and we'll hit it up in another week and a half when Derek's back and he can lead us proper. Sound good?
I like it.
All right. So the first thing I want to go over is the MySQL podcast. Last week we dropped Force Awakens, which I thought was pretty good. What did you guys think? Did you guys give it a listen? You guys should be giving them listens.
I listened to it too many times.
Well, I know, because you're the editor, so you listen to all of them. So when I say, did you guys listen to it, who I'm talking to is Matt.
Yeah, and I also make sure I download it on iTunes and listen to it just to help our plays.
I do.
I was there, and I have a perfect memory of all the events.
So that's a no. You didn't listen to it. I listen on, I like SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, one of the things we need to work on, too, is, and Derek told me to get him a list of these things a long time ago, but some of the other podcast apps out there, like Dogcatcher and some of the other ones.
Stitcher, I think, is a big one, especially on Android.
Yeah.
All you have to do is basically submit the same RSS feed we're already submitting to iTunes. Mm-hmm. So it should be pretty simple. We just need to outline what those are and do it. So
just give them those lists. Yeah, we need to do that because, like, I mean, I don't hate to do it, but I'm gonna toot our own horn. I mean, we got something there. That's a pretty good podcast. I like it. Like, just as a, and I listen to lots of podcasts, and there's, tons of podcasts out there that are better than ours, but I listen to a lot of podcasts that I enjoy that I don't think are quite as good as ours. We got something there, I think.
Well, we kind of found a unique. Matt doesn't talk enough as it is. I'm just gonna cut him off here. No.
We didn't show up till two minutes to 8:30 anyway, so he's in the doghouse for a little while.
I kind of like that we found a unique niche almost, because there's all kinds of movies podcasts, and there's talking about bad movies podcasts, and there's talking about new movies, but I don't think anybody specifically talks about movie sequels, and that is a big part of the industry. Mm-hmm. Whether it's good or bad, if a movie's successful, it's going to get a sequel. Sometimes if it's not successful, it's going to get a sequel. Sometimes they're amazing, sometimes they're bad.
and it's getting bigger, and it's evolving. So it's not just sequels anymore, but it's also cinematic universes. So I mean, it's yeah. What were you gonna say, Matt? I know you're gonna say something.
I would say I was gonna listen to eventually. Just that it dropped about the time I was listening to the Hamilton soundtrack. So
Matt won't listen to it until we do the next one. And then he'll go back and listen to it as the sequel. 'Cause that's how Matt does.
It's got to be like the only thing. Well, like listen or watch stuff if it's like Netflix, and I can listen to like 10 of them at a time.
Matt's saving all of the MySQLs for his next road trip, so he can listen to himself for like 8 hours.
There you go.
No, there was just enough time between when we recorded this and when I edited it that it was still, it was entertaining for me, like right away. Mm-hmm. Versus, Batman versus Superman was fun, but I remembered what we talked about pretty well. This one, even I didn't remember my joke at the end about Darth Vader. Han Soloing Darth Vader, basically. And that I cracked myself up pretty good there because I forgot about it.
I'm looking forward to I'm kind of like that. I'm looking forward to the ones that we recorded early on because like we recorded a few of these ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to be able to drop these on a regular basis, and so I mean there's some that are going to be coming up. Like we did Mad Max, Fury Road, and then we did Mad Max Road Warrior.
And then we also have Rambo 2.
Rambo 2. I forgot all about Rambo 2. That was our that was 2. That we did that one right after.
That's technically number 3, I think, because we did it.
We did that one right after
Army of Darkness, I think.
Right, which was the first one that we. It was the second podcast. Yeah, because we got a secret first podcast that I don't think we're ready to share for a while because it was rough.
It'll be bonus content someday.
Yeah, it was entertaining. it was rough. So so we got a few out there that we haven't. Yeah, it's been months and months since we recorded them. But I think they'll be pretty entertaining when we get back to them. So, yeah, I like them. They're fun to do. I think they're fun to listen to. So we need to get them out on as many different apps as we can, so that people can find them easier.
As well as, if you're listening to this, you should be listening to our other podcast, MySQL, and you should be sharing it with your friends.
Yeah, please do that. And go to our website. And we need ideas because we're gonna have to start recording some more, and we're gonna run out of ideas for sequels.
I think it'd be kind of fun, and I don't know if we have access to it, but you can do polls on, like, Facebook pages can do polls now.
Oh, really? We need to do that.
That'd be kind of fun, like, do a vote, see what movie we should do next.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, actually. Okay. All right, well...
That's why I'm around here.
Yeah, pay you the big bucks. We need to pay you twice as much as what I'm getting paid. In fact, I think we should do that. Exactly twice as much as I'm getting paid.
As long as that is grandfathered in for later when there's actually money.
Grandfathered in? Okay. Yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on. Well, not moving on. We're still going to talk about MySQL. This past weekend, Derek had a pretty good idea, a fun idea that we tried something new. We did a movie marathon of the last 4 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Phase 2? Is it Phase 2? Yeah.
Basically leading into Captain America Civil War.
Right. So we watched Iron Man 3, Captain America Winter Soldier, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, and then Ant-Man. And we did some video actually for that one. And we're gonna drop it as an audio version too. But essentially, what we did is we recorded 5 to 10 minutes before we watched each movie, and then after we watched each movie, just to give our thoughts on the sequels. And it's kind of a mini deal leading up to the actual MySQL Captain America Civil War podcast we're gonna do. So
which we will be recording this weekend and dropping next week.
Yes, we're still. Are you guys? We're all going Sunday to watch that movie, right?
Yeah.
Together?
Well, and I don't know. I don't think everybody has to be there. I think Matt and I are the only two who will be going and have not seen it yet, right?
Yeah.
You're going on Saturday, right, Robert, as well?
My brother and I are planning on going tomorrow.
Okay. I think it was just kind of an excuse, to see it on Sunday for those of us who haven't seen it. If you guys want to see it again, you're more than welcome. So I don't think the intention was that we had to watch it as a group, but.
Yeah, I definitely will probably want to see it again. I just like to when I do that. The first time I watch a movie, I just want to be lost in the movie. Like
Yeah.
I remember when we were doing Batman v Superman, I was sitting next to Derek, and Derek was sitting there taking notes on his knee as he's watching this movie, and I'm like, well, that's distracting as shit. You know what I mean? Why would you want to do that? And at the same time, I'm trying to remember crap because I know I'm going to have to talk about it later, and I forgot about half the stuff I wanted to talk about. So yeah, I like to just watch the movie and be in the movie.
I vote we make Derek sit in his own row, just because that is distracting, and I don't really want to be associated with the guy who brings a notebook into the movie.
It's kind of nerdy.
His notes weren't even all that like comprehensible after it was all said and done. He's like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. So
That feels like you can't bring a video camera into the movie. Like, what is he writing down all the dialogue? Is it some kind of new level of piracy?
Yeah, low tech piracy.
Yeah.
The other thing I liked, and this is kind of the same reason, but so we mentioned that Derek is watching the movie right now with his sister. My brother and I kind of have the same tradition with our mom. Mom was a divorced parent, and to bond with her kids, she took us to all the cool movies, right? And the thing with my mom is she likes to ask questions. So she really gets into it, but we'll be watching a movie, and she's constantly poking me in the shoulders, like, who's that? What's going on here? And I'm like, Mom, I've seen the movie the same amount of times as you have. I don't know. And so I got in the habit of sneaking in and going to watch the movie like the night before, the day before, so that if she does ask me those questions, I've already seen the movie and enjoyed it, and I don't mind talking to her about it. So I'm going to go watch it Friday with my brother, and then I'll be with you guys Sunday.
You're like, oh, he's really a ghost.
Yeah.
I kind of have the same issue. Like, the first time I watch a movie, if it's very visual and there's a lot of things happening, I'll get lost in that sometimes. I'll be like, oh, shit, what did they just say?
Yeah.
I always have to, like, so I'm like, oh, my God, that was a cool shot, or how did they pull that off? And then it's, oh, crap, I wasn't paying attention to what they were talking about. So.
Yeah. All right. So, did you say something, Matt?
I was gonna say that's always the best. Like I like do that too. Like first time watch a movie and just like not even think, just take it all in.
Yeah.
Unless it's a bad movie and then you're like starting to deconstruct it as you go, and it's like.
Yeah. What have I done with my life? Yeah, that kind of crap.
I don't want to watch movies anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna become a reader.
So I know we kind of jumped right past what we did this weekend, recording all those Marvel podcasts there, but or right after all those Marvel movies. But my favorite part about that entire day, other than my hangover, was
my favorite part was your pajamas.
They were pretty nice. I was very comfy the whole day.
They were good.
How many of those movies had you seen before, Matt?
None.
None of them? Not a single one we watched on
Nope.
Sunday? That makes me happy for some reason.
I know, it trips me out too, because how many? Let's backtrack. Of all the MySQL podcasts that you've done, Matt, how many of those movies did you see before we did the podcast?
Mad Max.
That was the first one you did with us, right? You didn't do the first couple, but you did Mad Max.
Yeah, I started with Mad Max, so.
Okay, but you'd seen. Did you see Fury Road ahead of time? Had you seen that one already?
I saw.
Or not Fury Road. Road Warrior. I meant the original. Road Warrior.
The last time I saw Road Warrior probably like 10 years ago, but it was like I loved it, so I thought I remembered it reasonably well. So.
Okay.
I just kind of like it because it's almost like those of us who are doing the podcast all kind of have like a trope with us, Derek's kind of like the host leader guy, and Robert's like the takes it too serious guy, and I'm the guy that just kind of makes fun of it without it thinking about too hard. Matt just hasn't seen a single one of these movies, and I just hope he's clueless. I know Matt's too smart to be just clueless. That's just why I imagine him going into this.
What about
I will
Ryan?
probably work harder at being more prepared in the future. So.
Well, thanks for putting forth the effort.
I really like that. My favorite again is Batman versus Superman because you hadn't seen the Superman before it.
He saw Superman 3.
Yeah, but I love we go to talk about it's like, did we think this was a good sequel to the other one? And Derek's like, Matt doesn't get a go because he didn't see it, and Matt's like, the hell I don't.
We all had pretty strong opinions about that movie.
But.
Yeah, that was a good time. There's a couple things I like. A was your pajamas. That was awesome. And then I liked. I don't know how it's. Have you seen the footage, the raw footage yet?
I basically have just downloaded it from the camera, and I went through and kind of color corrected it just because throughout the day things, got darker and all that. But I haven't actually watched the footage.
It felt like Derek's house and all of us started to kind of fall apart. It was a long day. We started at 9 o'clock in the morning and we ended at 8.
It was like 8:30 or something, I think.
And I was freaking exhausted. I didn't know that being so lazy would wear you out so much. I was just dead tired when I got home.
Robert's sitting in the chair, like eating Doritos. He's like, I should be working out right now.
I know. Yeah.
I like so if you can't work out, you eat Doritos.
Yeah. That way, next time you work out, you just appreciate it that much more.
Yeah. Well, I told my trainer about it, and he helped me make up for it. All right. Let's talk about some
way to spend a hangover day.
Yeah. Let's talk about some movie projects. So you brought us a 90% finished copy of Prop Guns.
Yep.
To inspect. I thought it was funnier than shit. The one of the lead actors wasn't very good, but the other two were pretty all right.
We'll just call him New Paul.
No, New Paul was great. I was
just giving you shit because that was the first thing Robert said. Is like, I'm a terrible actor, and started to walk away. And I was like, no, it's not that bad. It's just hard to watch yourself.
You know it's bad when the guy that answers when you say that, you say, I'm a terrible actor. And the response is, it's not that bad. It is. When the best thing that they can say is it's not that bad, they're lying.
That's usually pretty high on my scale, though, like, of rating things. I'm always like, oh, yeah, that wasn't too bad, or, yeah, he's not too bad of a guy. So if you ever get a real straight-up compliment from me, it's pretty important, so.
Oh, all right, I'll keep that in mind. So, yeah, that's going to come out soon then. We don't have a whole lot left on that, right?
Yeah, basically this weekend I'm going to try to take one more pass through it, send it to you guys for review, and if it looks okay, I think we'll probably be releasing it. I don't know, I guess we'll let Derek decide kind of what we have on the schedule and when would be the good time. But you'll definitely probably be seeing it within the next 2 weeks.
Cool, I'm excited about that. We tend to be kind of slow on some things. We recorded that
August,
shot it last year. No, it was spring. It was this time last year.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I just got a Facebook. You know how Facebook does the year ago today crap?
Yeah.
I just got one of those not too long ago.
No way.
Something I posted. Yeah, it was early spring.
No, because this time last year we were doing Jupiter and Mars. Like the Jupiter and Mars Kickstarter was going on.
No, that was like 2 years ago.
Did I lose a year? I don't think so.
I think you did.
I will look at the timestamp on the footage.
Do you have it?
Yeah. I can take a look here. So, raw video. So according to this, it's let's check one other thing here. Looks like it was June actually. So
June, okay. Maybe something that was some of the.
Maybe it was prep for it or something.
Yeah, because we did some. All right, fair enough. But yeah, so we're right in there.
So we were both off by about the same amount of time.
So we're equally wrong. Is what you're saying? Okay.
I mean, Matt's the only person who was right there. So by keeping his mouth shut, he's learned some important lessons.
Fair enough. I'll take it. But anyway, yeah, that's going to come out. It looks pretty good. The other one is You Can't Refuse. Now, Derek is going to... I talked to him a little bit about it yesterday, and he's going to, I think, next week... This week is real busy with... he finished up his play last week for high school play, and then he had to do set stuff. And then this weekend, we had to do stuff for the MCU mini marathon. And then early this week, him and I had to get auditions out of the way for the next community theater play. So we were pretty busy. But next week, he was telling me that he's got some time blocked out. We're going to get back into editing on that one. And we're going to try to turn that one around a lot faster than we did Prop Guns. Plus, the other thing is we don't have... Prop Guns has got some special effects we don't have to worry about for this one.
Well, and we had some, not issues necessarily with the audio, but like it's good audio. We just had issues with logging it, basically, which took quite a bit of time.
Yeah, we'll blame that on the inexperienced director.
Or we can blame it on Isaac.
Or whoever it was that forgot to bring the slate in the first place.
Matt.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
was all my fault.
So yeah, Prop Guns will be out this month. Hopefully, I think the plan is that You Can't Refuse to be out next month.
Yep.
And then sometime later in the summer, we're going to do another Comic Chronicles. Probably to last for a while, I think, is the plan. But we're also next weekend or next week sometime, we're planning to get together with the writers meeting and
I think just depending on how long it takes to get it wrote, we were talking, or at least Derek and I were a little bit about maybe trying to shoot part of it in June, but
I think that's good. I'm ready to shoot something.
yeah.
I'm ready. Okay, so
Has he talked to you at all about kind of the idea we had?
Yeah, a little bit. It sounds like a good idea. It sounds like it's going to be kind of tricky and more special effects oriented, but I dig it.
Yeah, and not to give anything away, I think that the way I was kind of envisioning it, you could almost shoot it in chunks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like shooting one day for 8 hours, you could maybe shoot like 3 hours here one day, and then another weeknight, limited crew, be able to go through and do multiples. But
wouldn't that maybe almost add to the story to do it different times of the day too? Or
well, yeah, and we were talking
kinda...
multiple locations, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We'll hash this out instead of just being vague right now.
Okay.
Later.
So yeah, that's that. We got a lot of things about well, not a lot, but I mean a lot for us. We're still small and we all got day jobs. So all things considered, we got quite a bit coming out. We're all really looking forward to it. The other thing I want to bring up is a project that's kind of been on the back burner for a long time, getting prep work and stuff. But us possibly doing a music video. I know a gal that she's a pretty good singer. She's got her own band, and they just put out a CD. And she's got a song that she sent me that she wants us to do a video for her on. It's pretty good. And I got an idea for a video on that. That we need to move forward on that one.
Was that what you were talking about earlier, like doing something like a bar or?
Yeah. I mean, she's a country gal. It's a country song, but the song is essentially a couple of gals. Been a long hard week, and they're just gonna drink it up and burn the town down. And it's a good song. It's catchy. It gets stuck in your head for days and days. It's like a damn Taylor Swift song. But I just listening to the song, I got this idea for a bunch of, or at least a couple of drunk idiots that think they're hot stuff, hitting on these women all night long, and these women just flirting with them just enough to get them to buy their drinks all night long and make them look like assholes. I think that's funny.
We've all been there. No.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, for every story of a guy that took the girl home, there's at least 5 stories of the girl that drugged the guy out all night long and didn't have to buy a single drink because he was too dumb and too drunk to know better. So yeah, I think that'll be a good story. But anyway, she's got the song put together and finished and polished, and we just got to set up a time to shoot and a story.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be short. We've talked, I don't know, not quite a half hour. So, all right, we'll talk about this for a little bit, and then we'll call it a night because we're sort of unprepared, and again, I'm not a great leader. We were talking before we hit the start button about 3D movies, whether you like them or not. What do you guys think, 3D or 2D?
2D all the way. I think the effect for me just kind of wears off after the beginning of the movie. Like, I'm like, wow, that's cool when it starts, and then like soon after that, I can't even like tell that it's happening after a while. So, and it always seems really like finicky. Like I have to sit exactly in like the right place or be looking at it just the right angle or something. So I think it can.
How well it works for people who wear glasses. I know it works, but maybe that's part of the whole. It's more of a nuisance for us, But
yeah, I think so.
But for me, it just feels like the parts when there's not, something directly coming out of the screen, everything's just slightly blurry. You know what I mean? Because of the 3D effect.
Did you know there's special glasses out there? What's that?
They're all really dark too because, yeah, I guess like a lot of theaters, or at least this was the complaint James Cameron had, was that a lot of theaters don't run the projectors bright enough for it.
Oh.
So a lot of them end up looking really dark. So I'm not 100% sure if that explains all of it, but that is a common problem I've had with them is they are really dark. Typically, it seems like compared to other movies.
I mean, it feels like we've came leaps and bounds in technology, and finally, digital has surpassed film in the kind of quality it can has, and then we're just kind of throwing that away for a cheesy effect that kind of distracts from the storyline. For me, anyways.
Well, to be really effective, I think it has to be something that they decide they want to do from the beginning. But we've also had some bad movies where they've done it like in post, where it hasn't looked great, and I think there's actually been some that have been okay, but
I don't know that it ever adds anything. I mean, it doesn't add anything to the story at all. It's not like personally, like my biggest beef with 3D is the glasses. They're always scratched. It never looks good. You know, if I cared enough and bought my own pair of 3D glasses, it might be a much different thing. But I would almost rather watch a movie in IMAX, which I've never gotten to watch a real movie in IMAX. I mean, I've seen IMAX, you know, like space stuff and you know what I mean.
Penguins or
yeah, things like that, and that's always been super impressive. So I think to watch a feature-length movie in IMAX would be pretty spectacular. I'd rather much rather do that than see something in 3D.
Yeah.
Did you know that they make glasses to turn a 3D movie back into a 2D movie for people who are too dumb to go to the 2D version? That's a thing. That's real.
I think like if the 3D option, like at the very least, like to me, it's not worth paying anything extra for because movies are already a little expensive. So
yeah, I agree. For me, the only movie I've ever seen that I was wowed by seeing it in 3D was the beginning of, I think it's Resident Evil 4 or 5. And they're basically, it's in Tokyo, and these umbrellas are kind of walking across the screen, and it's raining. And they've layered the umbrellas like one's going this way, some going this way, and it's kind of this parallax effect with the rain, and it just looks really cool. And that's the only thing I have seen that I was just wowed by. But, you know, the whole rest of the movie is axes flying at you and bullets and guns, and it kind of just goes back to being a gimmick after that.
I think the best one I saw was, I think it was Transformers Dark of the Moon, or it might even have been Rise of the Fallen, the second one. One of those two. And I got lucky, and I got a brand new pair of 3D glasses, right? And what I noticed wasn't so much the 3D, but it was super vivid. It was just a really vivid, crisp picture. I mean, there was some 3D stuff going on, but that wasn't nearly as impressive to me as the fact that it was so vivid. But otherwise, yeah, I'd just rather go to the 2D version.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, there's less kids in the 2D version. A lot of times.
And since you have that restraining order, that's probably for the best.
I know. Well, you know how embarrassing it is when you're watching a movie and the cops come in and be like, hey, you gotta go. They won't accept I was here first as an excuse. Like, they don't care. You gotta go.
I think we just took this too far.
I know.
Past the point of realism.
But we do that in every podcast at some point or another. I've made fun of French people, the vertically challenged. Derek made fun of the Click and Clack brothers. I don't remember, you made fun of something
Derek
too.
went way beyond the pale on the Click and Clack brothers.
Yeah, he feels bad about that. Derek and Ryan both were pro tree rape. That was an unfortunate.
Yeah, so far I've got a pretty good record on being the most politically correct guy here.
Yeah, you got one too. I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna have to go back and listen. But
Hey, man, if you can't remember, it didn't happen.
Yeah, it did. It's out. We're
It's
on
like
the
we got this
internet now.
permanent
It's
record
forever.
on the internet to prove otherwise.
I guess.
I just keep my biases to myself.
You don't have any biases because you don't ever watch any of the damn movies. You're a clean slate.
Because he's got too many biases. He's afraid to watch them.
Watch. Over time, he's going to become more and more biased as he's watching these movies and he's catching up to us. He's going to become a completely.
I'm not a clean slate now. I've actually seen Winter Soldier, so I'm all set for Civil War.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Matt's probably gonna hate this movie.
I'm actually pretty excited for this one. So, I mean, I'm going into it with high expectations.
Yeah. I have to say, I hadn't seen Winter Soldier before, and I actually liked it way better than the first Captain America, and I'm kind of excited to see this one as well.
So do you guys, Matt? I'm pretty sure you do. I don't know if you do Captain America stuff, but Jake, you're not really a comic book guy, are you?
I'm not opposed to it. I just was never got into it.
Well, yeah, that's
just, what I mean. My only exposure has been
to
the movies.
I'm kind of like limited on comic book exposure. Like, there's a few things like I pick out. I'm not really huge on the extended universe and stuff, and like you can only have so many nerd hobbies since they're all like you have to be like abreast of all this stuff. So I kind of like things that are kind of one-off stories and maybe limited runs of things. But
like Lock and Key, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, I like Lock and Key a lot.
All right. Well, because I asked because I was just wondering if you guys cared enough or followed enough to pick a side early. Like, are you guys Team Captain or Team Iron Man?
I'm Team Iron Man just because Captain America's a little bitch.
Well, okay.
Oh, I don't know. Like,
I have always preferred the ordinary human that becomes a superhero because they have to versus somebody who actually has a special ability. So I've always preferred Batman over Superman, and I like Iron Man more than I like Captain America, even though he was a normal guy, but he was drugged up, basically.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not.
We all have to go in there wearing shirts of what team we're on Sunday. That's the mandate.
I'm Team Iron Man. I don't have an Iron Man shirt, though. I'm going to have to come up with something. But, yeah, like, as per my usual MO, I take some of this stuff way too seriously. And, like, because I've read Civil War, and I'm Team Iron Man because Cap is wrong. Like, the whole premise there is, if you're going to have that much power, you can't just be left to your own devices just to go trouncing around the Earth and interfering wherever the hell you want to, whenever the hell you want to. Like, there's got to be some oversight there. There just has to be.
I'm Ant-Man, whichever side he's on.
Ant-Man is Team Cap, you traitor. So, what do you think about that?
What side is the Hulk on?
The Hulk is with Thor. They're neutral. They're Switzerland.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, Hulk and Thor aren't in it because that side wins.
Yeah, that's essentially probably it, huh? All right. Well, I guess with that being said, we've talked for over a half hour now. I think we can call that a day. What do you guys think? You got anything else interesting you want to say?
Since Derek's not here to speak for himself, can we say he's like Team Lex Luthor?
Yeah, he's
totally wrong universe, and
he's Team Quit Screwing Off and host your own damn podcast.
Right. Quit being a responsible brother.
I just dropped the pen because my mic is on the stand, and if I dropped it, it would break it. So I'm gonna drop the pen. What's up, Derek? Come run your own damn thing, yo. I just wanna show up and be awesome and then leave.
He's just tricking you into doing all the work.
It's been working. It's been working.
So this whole like theater thing was an elaborate ruse.
Yeah, I know. I got to build a set. But what I don't have to do is tell people how to act. Like, I ain't gonna have nothing to do with that. Mm-mm.
Smart.
He gets to he's doing all that crap. I get to build a set and then help other stuff. Except for he did say there's gonna be a couple times where I got to run rehearsals, which I'm just gonna watch what he does and be like, hey, you remember what he did yesterday? That's what we do today. Good job. Let's go home.
So Robert basically gets to be like the the stepfather that just gets to come in, or the father who just has the kid on the weekends and gets to give him ice cream and candy all the time.
Favorite uncle. Yeah.
Favorite uncle. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I gotta be. I gotta have a certain amount of coolness because I am the assistant director, but I still gotta hang out with the cast and talk shit about the director.
I just picture Robert riding onto the stage on a motorcycle and.
Oh man, I gotta tell you this story. So.
Oh man, we were so close to done.
I know. I gotta say this because I just think this is sort of awesome, and you guys appreciate it. At least Matt will appreciate it. So. Because Jake doesn't do thespian stuff with us. So we're doing our last night of auditions last night, right? And it was
watch your plays at least.
You do. I got to give you props for that. But yeah. So we got a few. It was a smaller turnout last night for auditions. We're doing 12 Angry Men, by the way, if y'all out there in the internet world care. And we're just about to wrap up. Like literally, Derek is saying, "Thanks for coming. We'll call you guys with the cast list when we get it written out. Y'all can bug out." And as he's saying this guy starts coming in from the top of the theater. Totally looks out of place. Cowboy-looking dude, older gentleman, bar handle mustache. It looks like he should be on a ranch doing ranch work. And I'm assuming that he's lost or something. I don't know what. And I'm pretty sure that Derek kind of assumed the same thing too, but he turned around and politely asked him, he's like, I think because it was a polite thing to do, he's like, "Hey, are you here for auditions?" And I'll be damned if that dude didn't say yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "Oh. Well, shit, we were just about done, but yeah, okay, we'll read with you." And again, he got up on stage, Derek gave him some stuff to read, and he read it like a champion. Like, holy shit, he's getting a big part. Yeah, it was awesome. It was like, stunned as bow. He's like, yeah, he acts all the time, I guess. And one of our other kind of regulars had called him up and said, "Hey, go try for this." And so he did. But it was just cool. It was just like, hey, don't judge a person by what they look, because you'll be surprised.
It'd be hilarious if he had just wandered in there. He's like, "Oh, I can act." Just kind of winged it.
Yeah, what? Yeah, okay, I'll try. Yeah. But yeah, he'd done that pretty good. In fact, we'd asked him, or Derek had asked him, he was like, "Hey, are you familiar with 12 Angry Jurors at all?" Because a lot of the people, or several of the people that auditioned weren't, right? They just want to be in community theater, right? So she asked this guy, he's like, "Yeah, from our senior project in college, me and a friend of mine did it, the whole play, just the two of us, and we took turns doing all the parts." It's like, not only was he, a good actor, but he was familiar with it. Yeah, it was just crazy, kind of once in a lifetime type of thing. But it just amused me, and I wanted to tell that story to the world, and I did. So now he can be done.
I don't have much. I don't have any cool stories like that, except like I waited an hour at Domino's tonight for my pizza.
Was it worth it? Was it good pizza?
Well, yeah.
We never asked. What are you drinking tonight, Matt?
Water.
Just water.
I don't have anything cool to drink tonight.
Are you drinking it in a cool glass at least?
Well, yeah.
Because you can put water in a martini glass and nobody will know.
Well,
it's
yeah.
It's not a martini. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. Well, we're getting silly now, so I think we're gonna call it a night. What do you guys say? We almost went a whole hour. So yeah, next week, we're gonna have Marvel or Captain America: Civil War. My prequel podcast will be out, and a day or two before that will be the mini movie marathon.
Have you guys been recording the My Prequel podcast without me?
No, but we're gonna record it Sunday, and it'll be out next week.
The My Prequels?
Did I say My Prequel?
You did say My Prequel.
Damn. My Sequel. We need to do my Prequel one.
We have promised the world that after the Force Awakens podcast.
Did we do that?
We talked, that was the whole beginning. Remember, we talked about the other podcasts we were recording at the same time?
I'm getting old, man. All right. Yeah. Never mind me. My Sequel. Next week. This time. And with that, I think we're good. So, thanks for watching, if you watched.
Adios.
Adios, guys.
Night.